morning. I'm back here the next day and gonna start working on these boundaries. And I'm just thinking how to do it. I guess the original idea was just to, chalk a line and just cut all these loose ends off. But then the other thing I gotta do here is to put some new sleepers. So just these things here. Kind of like that. So these ones just kind of rotted away, so I'm just going to replace them with some new ones. But it's going to look like a little border. I'm just thinking how to make everything line up, because here will be easy. I can just add some dirt in there, just to kind of sort of sleeper there. But on this one, if I run my board, my idea was to have it like 10 mil past this boundary. It's not going to leave me any room to put a sleeper, and then it won't really have anything to sit on. It will just, this one is only little. It's not that bad. I can secure it, But this one's quite long, and I want it to be stable, otherwise it's all going to go all wonky, I think, over time if I don't have some footing for it, so to speak. So I'm kind of considering maybe finishing my decking short, here somewhere, and then the sleeper can land on top of this and just lean against the garden. And that will just give it some space. I'll only have to maybe chop just a small bit off this garden bed off, because I'm just worried there's roots over here, so I can't really dig into this too much. I think the space I've got is what I've got. So I think I might just think about it a little more, but that's kind of what I'm leaning towards now, is to just kind of set it like that. It'll be roughly in line with this sleeper there, and then this sleeper line will just carry on through and be sitting on this, and then what I've got to do is just add a little bit of framing here for these boards, for the screws, and it'll be a nice easy fix. And I think it should work pretty well, because then everything should line up good. The only downside is, of course, this downside was here anyway, is because it's this edge so close to all this ground. But if I just put one board down, they can always be replaced if it rots away. So, bit of a sacrificial board, as they call it. It just is what it is. Yeah, so I might just think about this and make a decision. Right, so this is the idea I've got so far. This is my cut line, and once I cut that off, I'll just have my boundary kind of join over there. I've just got a little mock-up corner. I'll have a little bit of a spot on the edge for the sleeper to rest on, and I don't know if that's visible. And the boundary board will be spaced a little bit from the sleeper. Over here, there's about a roughly 10 mil gap, but I'm kind of aiming for about 5 to 6. And then I'll have a little bit of air ventilation just to extend the life of this board. I don't want it being hard up against the sleeper. That will just make it rot a lot quicker. So this way it'll look good and it'll last a long time, So yeah, I think I just might make this cut and just commit to this decision, because there's really nothing else that I can think of here that will make this look good and be durable. Okay, so I got these boards back in. Got my fixing blocks. So I think now I'll just actually screw this off to flatten it, so I can then use my router to give me a nice edge like this on the ones that I've done that I took off. And then I'll put some oil on it, and then I can finally get this boundary board set. I just show like my edges just side by side. So this is like the finished one with a routed edge, and this is just like a sharp cut that's that you get, you know, just after you cut it. So I'm just gonna make it like this all the way through with a router. Bit of an update, so just got this thing, this boundary in, so it looks pretty good, nice tight joints, so I can finally go around the corner now and keep going that way. Got this part done, so got this boundary sorted. My phone went flat, so I just had to get that done, and now I'm moving on to cutting this side. So I think over here is I'll just keep it the way I planned, as I'm just going to half on with a 10mm lip, and then the same what do you call those things, bits of timber. I'm just gonna kind of set them in the garden there. I'm not going to do what I did over there, since here there's plenty of room to dig, so I don't have to muck about. And I just ping my line right in the center of the joist. Just got my intersections, and all the way to the front. Probably can't see the chalk line. That's it, and it's nice clean cut. That's what you want. Ended up cutting it and routing everything and putting oil on the edge, just working on the boundaries. So I've put that one in this morning, and that one too. Just working my way to the front. Got a nice joint there. Okay, I finally got the entrance done. Yeah, it was a bit of work here. It's all in now. I mean, that's not a 90-degree angle because it's all, you know, it gets all narrow. Yeah, it was a bit of, I didn't record it because the phone was going flat. So I got a good gap around there, nice and tight there. All the gaps are nice and even. I even used timber treatment on this just because I'm worried that you know, when it rains, it's going to leach on the concrete. So I just kind of got as much of that out as I could. And I've pre-oiled that little strip underneath on all sides. And it's sitting like about 5 mil off the ground and 5 mil off the framing. There's like cavity packers where each screw is. Yeah, it's not ideal on the concrete like that, but it looks nice, and this is how it's all set up, so there's really no other way of doing it. But yeah, I've given it, I guess, the way I've built it, it's going to last absolute longest. So yeah, I can finally move on to the last bit, which is filling in some decking, and I'm done. Okay, just a little update. I've done some work, but I haven't done much recording just because it's been flat out. I've chucked those sleepers in, and the rest of the deck is basically done. That's what it kind of looks like. And I've done the front sleeper. Just replacing what's rotted away, just getting a couple of new ones in there. Done the same bit over there, just that they're all rotten, so I just got a couple of fresh ones to replace. So just kind of got them in there like that, just for visual effect. And they're not really acting as a retaining wall or anything, it's just a visual for the garden. And really that's it. I just got to tidy this place up and get onto the new site. So there's already a site booked in, and hopefully I'll record the whole thing there, so see how that goes. It's another deck, so yeah. Anyway.